Hello there and welcome to the new channel.
Here to help you see
The new you.
My name is Carmine Ortega.
Dennis Calamba.
This is Nato Agbayani.
My name is Juan Lu.
I'm Chino.
I'm Trisha.
This is Apple Manansala.
This is Attorney Carlo Ibanez.
This is Attorney Sheila Santiago.
This is Angie.
This is Argamit.
My name is Dante Salama.
This is Jesse Francis Rebastillo.
I'm Dania Cunha.
Mon Mendoza.
I am Mapet Rahina.
I'm Leo Bryan. Mike.
Nice one, dear.
Sir Al Ian Barcelona.
Marvin Salazar. This is Sonny Haydee.
Heidi Lumayno.
This is Ivan Jude.
Patrick Geronimo.
Alan Perez.
My name is Erwin Ursua.
Mine is Bob.
My name is Lloyd Luna and this is
Future.
The Talk.
Family Business.
The Puppet Stories.
After Shift.
PNC Town Hall.
YOLO.
Marketplace.
The Home Buyer.
HR Hotline.
Danny Art Show.
Healthline.
Foreign Affairs.
COVID stories.
Awesome Day Show.
Thank you.
Money&More.
Cybernext.
Women at Work.
Win Within.
Port Project.
The Big Picture.
Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just want a morning run because the fun is all gone. Sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you. Sometimes life makes you blind and you choose something bad. You just wanna cry and hide and save your face from the crowd. But sometimes life makes you see the beauty in you and me. When you look up above, there is God and there is love. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new. We're here to help you see the newness of life. We're here to help you feel your hope is so real. You got the power to see. We'll help you see the new you. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to TNC. We are helping you see the new you. This is Sonny Haydee, streaming live from San Jose, California.
O kini si Heidi Lumayno, streaming live from Metro Cebu. You are watching Money&More.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Money and More. It's great to have you here. Heidi, how are you?
I'm good, Sunny. And how are you there? It's Thanksgiving Day in the US today.
It's Thanksgiving week. Yes, that's
Week pala, no? Hindi lang day. Week pala.
kasi Thanksgiving is on Thursday, so it's a very big holiday here. A lot of things to be thankful for. Tanong ko sa'yo, Heidi, what are you most thankful for?
Ako, of course, no. I'm very thankful that despite the pandemic, all of us in the family are still healthy, walang nagkakasakit, no. And ang hirap kasi ng what the challenges that we are having today. So with
Lisod,
that alone, I'm very grateful, no. Dako kayong pasalamat nga wala gyud na top dan sa gitawag natong bisita nga COVID-19. Bisita
Yes,
ba siya o bisita? Sorry for the word. Anyway, what about you, Sunny? What are you thankful for?
Well,
I'm
number
sure there's
one,
a lot.
yeah, just like number one, I'm thankful for health. I'm thankful for family and the support that the family gives. I'm thankful that the family is safe, and and I'm thankful for the opportunities like this, to be able to talk about our advocacy of financial literacy. So nagpapasalamat ako sa TNC. Papasalamat din ako sa nagpapasalamat din ako sa for being trying to overcome the challenges that we have right now. And just like karamihan sa mga kababayan natin, a lot of our kababayans, we are trying to adjust to the new normal of what's happening. So that's what I'm grateful and thankful for.
Yeah, to add din sa akin, no, I'm thankful for the time spent with the family kasi prior pandemic, alam mo naman yung trabaho natin, no. You go out of the house as early as 6 a.m. kasi maghahatid ka ihahatid ko yung anak ko sa school. And then I go home mga late night na, mga 10 p.m. because of the traffic, no. So during pandemic, talagang parang nasasanay na ako na nandito lang sa bahay nagtatrabaho, and I'm thankful for that because I get a chance to spend time with my parents, with my son. So time really is of essence, no. We were not able to do that when we had our busy, quote unquote, busy days.
Right.
So somehow may maganda din siyang naidulot.
Right. And this is an opportunity for us too, since we're stuck at home, to be able to learn, things that learn things that we wanted to, maybe, pero we didn't have the time. Now that we have some time, so it's never too late for us to be able to learn a new skill. It's never too late for us to be able to learn new things, or a new trade, especially right now, when people are adjusting to whatever how life has changed because of the pandemic, because of the natural calamities that has happened there, and maybe going through some their own personal trials as well, So I always look at incidents like this, as learning experiences. So there are no mistakes, there are only learning experiences, and it's always a good time for us to learn something, like tonight. I'm very excited about what we're going to learn today. Some people are asking us, if why are we still talking about money, diba? Is it hindi ba parang impractical ngayon, especially coming into the recession. Now that we're in a recession, we're in a pandemic, diba? So,
Sunny, on the contrary, actually, on the other side of it, those you still have jobs nowadays, or those people na nag-umpisa ng negosyo, di ba? Naidaghan tao karon nga who discovered nga pwede day ko ani nga negosyo, some are into cooking, some are into selling plants, no, nga ano sila, nagtanom sila. So
Mga plant wala.
I would say grabe naman yung lola. Oy. Oh, plant tita, plant mommy, plant mama, 'di ba? Okay na 'yon. So anyway, on the contrary, there are also people who have earned much because expenses has lessened. Kasi sabi nga natin kanina, we are on a lockdown, we cannot go out. So yung budget natin for gas or for representation if you are in sales, no?
Or
na
vacation.
ano siya, yes, na nasi-save up mo on
Right.
something. So that's why there are also a lot of clients of mine and some friends who are asking na I have this much now because I was able to put up a business during the pandemic. What shall I do with it to make it grow?
Right. So there is there's some liquidity, no? As you said, no, nigamay man ang mga expenses sa mga tao in the sense that kanang mga luxuries ay na minimize yung mga luxury purchases.
Especially katong ganahan mo nagtigom sa una kay gusto mo travel, no? So nya wa may travel karon.
So there's
the
a lot of
budget for
liquidity,
travel
right?
could be saved up, di ba?
Right. And if we take a look at the investment market, stock markets and such, no, over the past 6 months, while gross domestic product took a dip, no, there's a big dip in gross domestic product worldwide, no, coming into 2 quarters of negative growth. So maybe we are in the middle of a recession. However, there are plenty of opportunities, no, for those who know where to put their money. In fact, our speaker for today will be talking about that, no. Very interesting what happened in the past 6 months, no. To number one, the stock market as a reflection of the economy, and globally din, no. Katong mga those who have put their money in the right places, no, because of this pandemic, no, have actually seen their wealth grow. Right? That's why I'm very excited for this episode because makita nato our guest, no, our guest will be talking
our resource person for tonight, no?
We'll be talking about the opportunities right now, and why it's important to start now instead of waiting for the crisis, no? Waiting for the crisis to be over, no?
Now is the best time to start with it.
Yeah. So she'll
when
be
it's
talking
not
about
yet
that.
over. Yes. So yeah, to introduce her, no, our resource speaker for tonight is a graduate from the University of the Philippines with a Bachelor of Science in Business Management and also a Master of Management. Sa UP din siya nag-graduate dito sa Cebu, no? She's a registered financial consultant, a certified investment solicitor, a chartered wealth manager, a registered estate planner, and a former officer of the Registered Financial Consultants Association of Cebu chapter. She's none other than the current Vice President and Branch Head for Visman of First Metro Asset Management Incorporated or FAMI. She has over 20 years of experience in the mutual fund industry. None other than our resource speaker for tonight, Miss Imelda Estrada.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi, Miss Imelda.
Greetings, guys.
Maayong gabi.
Good morning, son.
Hello.
Morning there.
Good morning sa ila.
Good morning,
Kamusta?
Good evening today. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Oh yeah, it's always it's always great to be able to talk to you, Ma'am Imelda, no? Dugay-dugay na tadi nakita. Dugay-dugay na tadi ng istorya. It's been quite a while, no? It's very interesting to see how have you been? Kumusta po kayo, Ma'am Imelda? How have you been?
Yeah, I'm good. And I'm so happy to be with you both. And you know that. And it's an honor to join you tonight.
Looking good also, Miss Imelda, no? So there has been plenty of changes, no, that has happened during this pandemic, but we're glad and thankful, of course, that you are in good health. No, you and Sir Glenn.
Mention pa ha.
So, Miss Imelda, how are you? Mention yun. Hi, Sir Glenn. Miss Imelda, how are you? So, how have you been in this challenging times? How have you adjusted?
I'm good, and I would say that I think the most important thing was that I've emerged stronger than the previous months. And you know very well the challenges that we face. The past several months have been very difficult for all of us. You see, our lives have turned upside down. But then there's only one thing that I'm always remembering, Miss Heights, no, and Sunny, is that in life, practically, if you look at it, there are things that we can control, and there are also things that we cannot control. So what I do, I just focus on things that I can control.
All right.
Diba? So, like for example, your mindset, positivity, your wellness, physical wellness, and most of all, your financial wellness. So I guess, as what you said earlier, we're now into the new norm, and I think I have already transitioned from recovering to really thriving in the future with the new norm that we have right now. And I'm sure both of you does as well, no?
Yes, it's an adjustment for all of us. But as you said, no, it has already been 6 months. Actually, it's already been 9 months, no, into the pandemic. So,
That, yeah.
And as you said, there are plenty of things that we cannot control, but we can control our attitude or mentality about how to adjust, no. But I'm glad that you mentioned that, no, because 6 months into the pandemic, we are seeing changes, no, in the Philippine economy. For example, no, in the Philippine economy, there has been a lot of changes, a lot of wealth, a lot of money has exchanged hands. And can you give us? We'll be talking about. Can you share with us your perspective on this, no? 6 months after 9 months into the pandemic, ano po ang nangyayari ngayon sa kwan? Ano pong nangyayari sa ekonomiya ngayon?
Okay, I would say, San, that the Philippine economy has always been very resilient from the start, no? Well, you would see that during the lockdown, you can see the Philippine government spent the bulk of their time really addressing the pandemic, implementing a lot of protocols, health protocols for that. Of course, we have the work from home. And as you see, if you also try to look at the central bank, they're also proactively intervene to see to it that it will calm the markets. They're using a lot of measures for that, like cutting the interest rates to as low as 2% now. So right now, we have a very low inflation. Interest rates are quite low as well. The fundamentals of the country are quite strong, where it's still very much intact. Now, if you try to look at the Philippine stock market, as you see, I'm just looking at the Philippine stock market because practically it reflects the sentiment of the people. The Philippine stock market practically reflects the sentiment of the people, the business, the economy as a whole. Now, kung titingnan nyo yung Philippine stock market right now and into the past 6 to 9 months, we hit a low of the index like around 5,800. And you see right now, today, we ended the Philippine stock market at almost 7,000. So can you imagine that? Now, what I'm saying is that right now, that reflects the sentiment of the market right now. It kind of reverse from a very pessimistic stand to being optimistic. You see, probably this is also because of the vaccine breakthrough that we have right now. We see a lot of clarity now on the vaccine, which means that, we see a little bit of recovery. We're cautiously optimistic about next year, but we see that in every crisis, there's always a recovery. And I'm confident that for the next 2-3 years down the road, we will be looking at a very different picture. So I guess as an investor, it would be very important for an investor to not just stay on the sidelines. They should be involved now. They should be, looking at opportunities out there. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you for that, Miss Melda. No, and you were saying that it has already reached 7,000 at this time.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
a very good improvement from what we have. So many of our viewers, Miss Imelda, are asking if investing is still relevant, no, or practical, especially in this time of in this recession environment. You see, a lot have lost their jobs. Some have reduced income kasi yung iba 4 times a week na lang nagtatrabaho, 3 times a week, and some have limited budgets also. So isn't investing the playground only for the, I would say, well-to-do, or is it also for the medium or middle income employees or people?
Yeah. Okay. I understand, of course, the challenges that we are facing right now. No. And this is very medyo stressful siya because we're looking at money stress, which is quite different. Is it the right time now to invest? Of course. I think the most important thing that an investor should take is that you just have to ignore the noises around us and stay the course. Just stay the course. If you are an investor na nag-start na nag-invest, no, you just have to continue it. And if you are the one who hasn't started it yet, it would be best to stay on and continue investing. As you see, it doesn't matter. I mean, the events that's been happening right now will not affect your investment. The most important thing, I guess, Ms. Hides, right now is that for an individual, for an investor to have a clear financial plan. That's really very important. And I just have to emphasize that, no. A financial plan can do a lot of good things for you. I mean, you do have to have a financial plan in good times. You should have a financial plan also the more in situations like this. Why? Because a financial plan will help you avoid mistakes. It can help you make some decisions, and then it can, help you out, especially when there's turbulence into the economy. So that's just very important. Right now, despite what's happening, di ba, you mentioned earlier, Miss Hides, that ang dami nating ginagawa ngayon na if you try to look at it, you can really save.
Yes.
I would say that there's still a silver lining of all that's been happening around us. As you see, if you try to look at it, as you mentioned earlier, ang dami nating, we have some things that we have scaled back or cut back. Like if you work from home, the tendency is that you only buy the essentials, right? And then you don't have to commute anymore. So yun. What I'm saying is that despite what's happening outside, you can practically save. You can deploy all the savings that you have, no, and put it in an investment vehicle that can more or less help you achieve your financial plans. Yun. So which means that if you're a person right now who's having or have the opportunity to have that paycheck, you continue to save. And of course, the rule of money has changed already. It's not for the well-to-do or for the rich. Right now, everyone every individual can practically save, because right now, if you look at the different instruments right now or the different outlets right now, the capital requirement has really gone down. Most specifically, if you look at the mutual fund. Yon. So again, it's for all. Investments is really, it doesn't matter what's the environment. The most important thing is you stick it out with your goal, your plans moving forward.
I like that when you said that people are now looking at their financial plan, no, or reviewing it, because surprisingly, no, karong panahon na daghan nag-inquire kung unsaon man nila pag how do you call this? Unsaon nila pag do with the financial plan that they have. There are a lot of people who has that financial plan but have not started to work on it yet. But during the pandemic, murag realization nila ba nga, hala, kailangan na gid din ako ning buhaton. No, kay kung di din ako siya buhaton, wa jud kay mapaingnan. Especially those who have not set aside 6 months of their emergency fund, those of which who are not liquid. So this is actually a prelude to your retirement when you are given this situation nga murag makaingon ka ba nga, what will I do in this number of X months that I am not earning but I am spending? So people went back to spending for essentials only. Kung makakita ka sa mga tao nga naa sa groceries karon, they are no longer like those before pre-pandemic nga magsuroy-suroy tibuok grocery pangitawag unsay mapunit, no? They only go there to buy the essentials, and then if it's not on their list, wala na, di ba? So that's why people were able to save up, because they only buy the need, no longer the want, no?
Yeah, that's right.
So kana naapa to ang soft drinks pa karon gipatasan pa og tax. So people kinda not buy soft drinks anymore. Yeah. Instead, they buy healthy drinks, no? And people loves to walk already instead of if short distance lang, dili na magsakay og tricycle ang mga tao, they would prefer to walk, no, because they are afraid that if they ride a tricycle or any vehicle, makontaminated sila sa virus or sa COVID, no? So these are the things, but back to basic na gid siya tanan, Miss Imelda, no, at this time.
Yeah. I agree with that. As what I've mentioned earlier, there's still a silver lining that's been happening despite the challenges that we're facing right now. You're correct. With all that's what we're doing right now, that we're just spending on the essentials. Actually, mas daghan kag masave, no? So right now that the economy is starting to open up and people are trying to more or less get out from their houses and trying to be back to normal, why don't we just continue on what we've done? Like, Hides, during the peak of the pandemic, no, diba, we cannot go to the parlor or whatever. So you have been doing right? So I cut the hair of Glenn and then I color my hair. And you're right, when I go to the grocery, I have the list, no? Unlike before, wherein I go aisle to aisle, and to the point that I already buy the non-essentials. Right now, you only go, run, buy, run.
Because you want to go out immediately from the grocery.
So, which means that if you kind of think about it, you can really save a lot. And this is the opportunity that one should take. Despite what's happening, you just have to look at the opportunities out there. Okay. Now, why do we have to really save despite all of this? It's because, you see, if you want to create the life that you'd like to have, you should save and invest. If you'd like to help the people that you love, you should save and invest. It's just a matter of having this as a habit. Again, it does not matter what's happening inside. The most important thing is, you got to have established a plan right now. But But I do agree that at this point in time, we really not also have to review what you have. If you already have a financial plan, I guess right now would be also a very perfect time for you to review that plan, because sometimes, like for example, before the COVID, no, probably you're more aggressive as an investor, but right now that this pandemic hit us, it can be that your risk appetite would probably change, which means that you can also rebalance what you have for your portfolio, no, so you can review that, and at least more or less uh, it can fit, it can more or less match the goals, I mean the goals that you're going to have for the future. And siguro another thing, because we're into this challenging times right now, no, it would be best that you don't make any decisions on your own, because sometimes you got to be emotional of
Yeah.
things, right? Like
Correct.
you're so afraid, uh, well, the world will probably end, and then you feel that you have to withdraw everything and everything else. No. So you just have to more or less talk to somebody, probably a financial planner, probably a friend, a mentor, that you can more or less confer or probably discuss about money matters. At least duha mo nga mag decide on that, no, not on your own when your emotions are quite high. Okay, so
Sakto gyud na.
yeah, yeah. So at least you have that. No? You can call Sunny in San Francisco, and
Call you. Sakto, sakto. So anyway, we still have a lot of questions pertaining to investment. If it's the right time to do that at this time, no. After our commercial break, Miss Imelda, we will get back to you. We're back. Yes, we have a lot of shows already in TNC, and please watch our live stream shows of the new channel, such as The Big Picture, that's inspiring stories of notable personalities, Mondays to Fridays at 7 p.m. Human Resources Management on HR Hotline, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 12 noon. The Family Business is Everyone's Business, Saturdays at 4 p.m. Life, Business, and Success Stories on the Fourth Project, Saturdays, 10 p.m. Dubai and 6 p.m. Philippines. Beauty Beyond What Your Eyes Can See. That's Usapang Beauty every Saturdays, 5:30 p.m. Time to hear positive stories from those who recovered. COVID Stories, Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. Life Purpose and Turnaround Stories, U-Turn, Mondays and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. Build and Own a Property, The Home Buyer, Mondays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. Laugh and learn from puppetry arts around the world. The Puppet Stories every Monday, 5:30 p.m. Magbenta, bumili at tumulong dahil bukas na ang TNC Marketplace, an online night bazaar, Thursdays and Fridays at 10 p.m. Know Your Rights and the Basic Law, YOLO, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Learn about Money and More, Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Two leaders in one platform, TNC The Talk, Mondays at 12 noon. Chill and Booze After Shift, Wednesdays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Strategize and win in life through Win Within, every Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Kids, Dream, Achieve, Nurture, and Inspire. Watch Danny Art Show, Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Learn Together Across Borders, Foreign Affairs, Tuesdays at 10:30 p.m. Because Health is Wealth, Healthline, Wednesdays, 4 p.m. Celebrate Women at Work, 9 a.m. Saturdays. Always have an awesome day, Mondays, 2:30 p.m. CyberNext empowers people and companies to be secured in a digital world, every Wednesdays at 12 noon. Know the emerging technologies shaping our future. Tech U, every Fridays at 2:30 p.m. Learn and know more about market leaders on Tuesdays and Saturdays, 5:30 p.m. Having a well home brings you to a well life, Tuesdays and Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. More about coping and coupling, couple goals, Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. Catch also our TNC original shows One Day, a live storytelling, alternates with TNC Town Hall, co-hosted by TNC founders Sir Lloyd and Apple Manansala. A show where we talk to you, our valued audience. More upcoming TNC shows that will truly inspire you. Please follow our channel on Facebook and YouTube and let us help you see the new you. And of course, again, Money and More every Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Ayan. Sonny, I'd like to shout out of the people who are watching with us tonight. Miss Cora Soriano Ponsalan, watching from Pagadian City. Hello, ma'am. Love Alex, saying hi to Miss Imelda. And we also have with us tonight, Chris Colminas from Pagadian City. There is also Ging Iyog Mabakyao and Dicelyn Francisco Capasio. They are here with us tonight. I'm pretty sure they are supporters of Ma'am Imelda. Hi, hi, Sonny.
Hello.
Ang dami na nating show, San. Talagang hinihingal na ako na
for some reason nawala ang audio ko, but I can hear everybody and I see everything. Right. So welcome everybody. Okay. Welcome back. Thank you for watching the show. If you like what you see, please drop a comment below. If you have questions for our guest, please write them in so we can address it to our guest. No, so our guest tonight is the Vismin head of First Metro Asset Management Investment Incorporated, and we're talking about the recovery, yung recovery and preparing for the recovery. And she mentioned a lot of good things now about she particularly in our previous segment, she particularly mentioned about having a financial plan, no? And I think that's very important because the plan kasi yung plan, your plan will be the foundation of what you're going to do now and in the future, right? And then you have a plan, and then the income that will support the plan for now and in the future. And then your income will funnel through the different channels, no? It can go to your emergency fund, can go to your insurance, it can go to your health insurance, and of course, growing your money through investments. Now, investments, kung yan, malawak yan, no? That's a very broad topic. And for many of our viewers, they're asking us if yung para sa akin ba ito, no? Maliit lang yung capital ko, I probably don't have enough liquidity for that, and it's sometimes scary, no, to be able to put money in markets like the stock market. So Miss Imelda is here to be able to talk to us about where can we put our money, all right? Asa man nato ibutang ang atong kwarta para siya ay yayabong, no? Para yayabong siya, and especially now that we are bottoming out, as Miss Imelda said kanina, and things are starting to go towards the recovery stage, no? Right? So is Imelda in the show?
Yes, of
Hi,
course.
Ma'am
I
Imelda.
like
Welcome
it
back.
I'm still here, Fan. I'm still here.
Yes, of course.
Ma'am Imelda, I like it when you mentioned kanina that investment is not only for those paycheck to paycheck people, no? So it's not only for the well-off. So ano pa yung pwede nating yung instruments na pwedeng mapaglagyan? You have mentioned about it, aside from banks, aside from stocks, mutual fund is also one of them. So how do they work in growing one's wealth, Miss Imelda?
Yeah, okay. As I mentioned earlier, one should have a plan, no? And in those plans are specifically identifying what you really want from this gift called life. Now, moving through that, you need to have a vehicle. That's why we call this investment vehicle, because this will bring you from point A to point B. But mind you, Ms. Heights, there are several investment vehicles out there. The most important thing is to have a clear match, your goals and the vehicle that you're going to choose. First of all, when you set up a certain goal, I'm talking about probably the amount, what you want, you specify the amount on it, when you're going to achieve it, and that will have a specific corresponding investment vehicle as well. If you try to classify your goals into time frames, that will be short-term, medium-term, long-term goals, there has to be a fit as well on the kind of instruments that you're going to use, because there are several instruments out there that would address your short-term needs or your emergency needs. Then you have the medium and long-term. Now, what is the investment vehicle that's very close to my heart? I would say very close to my heart, because this is the one that I've been using. I have a story to tell with this kind of investment vehicle. I'm talking about mutual funds.
Okay.
No? So this is one, you have to have a match. If you want to reach a certain goal, syempre, dapat may gagamitin ka for you to reach that goal. No? So it might be that it will not be a forever investment vehicle that you're going to use. Along the journey that you're going to have, you may have a combination of one or two vehicles to reach that goal. It depends on your financial condition. So, which means that, there has to be a review, no? Because again, it will also boil down to your risk appetite, no? So that can change over time. So, but then again, if you are an investor that is still starting, and would like to have a regular investment, the one that I can really, recommend, of course, is a mutual fund.
Sige daw, Miss Melda. We're curious about that, no? Many of our viewers are very curious about that as well, no? What's about mutual funds, no? How do they work, and how is it different from investing in, say, the stock market, or investing in maybe real estate? Now, how does it work in terms of growing one's wealth?
Yeah, maybe in addition, no, unsaon nila pagsugod. Asa sila mo adto, unsa ilang buhaton, no?
Well, the concept of a mutual fund is just very very simple. Stan and Ms. Hides, no. What we do with mutual funds is that we pull money of people. We pull
Pool.
it together for
Okay.
one common reason, and that is to make more.
Okay.
Now, the resulting size of the fund would now allow us to invest in a basket of securities because in a mutual fund, the value that you're going to get from that is professional fund management. You
Okay.
see, there are professional fund managers who will be managing the funds on a regular basis. They have the time, they have the expertise to manage that. Question, where are they investing the money?
Yes.
They're investing the money on two types of instruments,
Okay.
stock funds. Okay, that's it. We don't lend out. We don't lend out the money. What we do, we invest. No,
Okay.
through shares of stock. I'm talking about shares of stock listed in the Philippine Stock Exchange
Okay.
and government securities as well. So again, we pull it, we entrust this to the professional fund managers. Now, if you're just somebody starting to invest, who's starting to get to know about what these instruments are, you don't have to do it yourself. So what
Okay.
you do is you just have to entrust that to the professionals. So that's why I'm telling earlier that investments is for everyone because it has a very low capital requirement, is professionally managed, and
Okay.
then in a way, what's your participation when you join a mutual fund? Practically, when you join a mutual fund, you own shares of the fund, which means that you're a shareholder. It's quite different when you place that in a time deposit, wherein you just lend it out, right?
Okay.
But in mutual fund, you buy shares. Okay, so the difference in selecting, when you're buying a separate stock on the Philippine Stock Exchange is that you do this on your own, no? Which means that if you buy one, it will be you're the ones who will be deciding what stock to buy, when you're going to hold it, when you're going to sell. So that would be the difference. And I guess one of the difference as well is that when you go into the mutual fund, you're automatically diversified because you see you're not only having like one or two stocks, you can have a basket of different stocks with you. Okay, so again, it's a form of ownership because you buy shares from that. You also mentioned earlier, Stan, about the difference of buying in, investing into real estate.
Yes.
These are different instruments. These are,
Yes.
we call these different asset class that you can invest. No, of course, there's also a different kind of asset class if you go into real estate. No, something that has the. I mean, if you try to classify it, the different types of asset classes or investments that we have, you have the financial assets and the real assets. So the real assets, diyan na mo fall ang properties, real estate, ana. But if you'd like some liquidity on your investments, mutual funds can be one because you see, when you're a shareholder of the fund, automatically you can sell it anytime. You can sell it to the asset management group who's managing that on a regular basis. So it kind of provide you liquidity. What is
And
good as well, yes.
Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah. What is good as well with the mutual fund is that you can choose, practically choose, because they are classified into conservative funds, moderate, aggressive fund. So I'm talking about your risk appetite. Yeah, I'm talking
Speaking
about
choosing their funds, no? When we get back from our commercial break, I would want to ask Miss Imelda, because there was a question, no? Kung unsa daw ang best fund for a person. So that's going to be answered by Miss Imelda when we get back.
All right, welcome back. Thank you for watching, Ma'am Editha Alcantara, watching from Lapu-Lapu City. Miss Joy Songogan Tan, no, watching from Dasmariñas, Cavite. Thank you for watching, and we are back with Imelda Estrada. No, we're still talking about investing in mutual funds. Ma'am Imelda, you were talking about the different asset classes, no, or where to put the investments. Asa man nako ibutang ang akong kwarta if I'm interested in investing, no? How will I know which fund is the right fund for me?
Yeah, again, as what I mentioned, Sander has to be a fit, no? That's
Okay.
why the mutual fund, there are classifications as well. You cannot just go in and say, I like that. No, you just have to be a match and a fit on your risk appetite. When I say risk appetite, there are several, different types of investors that we have. Some are quite aggressive, some are quite conservative. And you see, it also depends on where you are right now in your financial condition, whether you are still growing your base, if you're still on the preservation stage, that would also have an impact. Again, at the end of the day, what we do is to match that. No, so the right type of funds currently will probably be more on if you're a conservative investor, a moderate investor, or an aggressive investor. So when I say aggressive investor, that would mean you are probably particular about earnings. No, so the classification for that would be an aggressive funds that we have. I'm talking about the equities or the stocks, or you can have a combination as well of the bonds. The bonds would be more of the conservative investors, no? Designed for conservative investors.
All right. So what if I'm interested to starting an investment? I'm afraid about the price kasi baka mahal yan, no? As you said, no, the impression kasi of many is that ang investment, stock markets, or even mutual funds, no, is the playground of the rich lang. Kami mga we're just ordinary middle class or even lower income class na how do I get in? How do I start? For example, how do I start? I have this cash now. How do I start investing in a mutual fund, for example?
Yeah, especially right now, San, that we're moving into work from home, and then people are really afraid of getting out of the house. You know, FAMI, my company, has more or less provided the platform to invest online. So that can
nice.
Yeah. So we do that. We entertain that. To start investing, all you have is to have a very low capital requirement of only 5,000 pesos. You can already join a mutual fund anytime, and you can add as low as 1,000 thereafter. So it's very easy. It's user-friendly for one to join the mutual fund. All you have to do is complete some documentations, the suitability questionnaires that we have for you to guide you on the kind of fund. And we also have some relationship managers that will also assist the investors, to guide them on the type of fund we can give appropriate advisory on that.
So as low as 5,000 pesos.
5,000. Yeah.
Kung na 5,000, pwede na ako magsugod. I can already start an investment with FAMI. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is a website for that, Miss Imelda?
Yeah.
That they can go
we have
to?
a website for FAMI. Of course, the First Metro Asset Management website. So you can easily access that. Access that. The most important thing, again, Miss Hyde, is that
go ahead, Miss Imelda.
it must not be a habit. You should do this as a habit. And, just use that certain formula that I told you earlier that I have a story to tell for that. I just use a formula for that. And that's, it's very familiar. Income minus savings before you spend. Just use that formula. You start that, do that as a habit. it's different when you just hear it and don't do anything about it. What is important is that you move, take that into action, start, save. And, the mutual fund itself is a very good tool for you to reach your financial goals.
Okay. This brings me to the question, Miss Imelda, no? Kanang kung ako first time investor ko, no, sa mutual fund. So, maybe bangutan ako unsa may risk ani. So, dili ba ka mahurot ang akong ipang-invest kay syempre di beta maka-predict sa returns, no, in the coming days or in the coming year. So, as a new investor, what are the risks that I'm going to take?
Yeah. It's a fact of life. All investments have risk component. No, there is no such thing as a risk-free investment. Even if you say that you place that money in the bank, there's also an inflation risk that has to be addressed. You may be saving your money there, but inflation eats up the value. Now, to mitigate risk, of course, again, there has to be a fit between what you want and your goals. Your goals, the time frame that you can allocate for that investment. Because you see, if you're placing that money and then suddenly kinhalanon di ay nimo, you withdraw it because of your operating expenses, then that's the risk you're taking. You might be able to withdraw it at a value lower than your buying price. So that's why it has to be more or less, identified. Para asa man nga money, no? How long would you be willing to place this, no? Now, practically, if you try to look at the mutual funds, these are designed for long-term investments. Okay, so medium to long-term investments. No, so that much. Now, for you to mitigate risk as well is diversification. You just have to diversify it, into like if you have the capability to more or less put up the emergency funds, the medium to long-term investments for that would be ideal. But to start with, the most important thing is you can start it out. Now, again, second tip is that you have to understand what you're moving into, what you're getting into. No, it doesn't mean that you're entrusting it to the professionals. You just have to leave it there. It would be best if you get to know where we are investing the money, know what's the implication for this. At least you can anticipate, what you're into. Would be best if you ask questions. When you go into any investment, ask all the questions that you'd like to have for you to be clear on that. No surprises, because we're talking about risk here.
Okay, Miss Imelda, that's very interesting. No, where can our viewers or those who are interested go to for resources like this? You said ask, diba?
Yeah, well, if you for our company, of course, the First Metro Investment, FAMI for that matter. Yeah, so we have an office in IT Park in Cebu, IT Park, or you can access that on our website, no, and then the First Metro Asset Management Corporation.
All right.
Yeah.
Are there any upcoming events that you'd like to invite our audience to attend?
Are you sure you're allowing me, son?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So siguro, okay. I just would like to take this opportunity for all of you to follow as well our social media pages like First Metro Asset. And I'd like you to watch out our premiere episode on December 4, Friday, 4 p.m. We'd like to jumpstart the season of giving. Christmas now, right? So our first gift for everyone is the gift of wisdom. So we also have that FB Live with us. What to do with your 13th month bonus. So, well, this will be an exciting episode. So please watch our FB Live channel as well of FAMI.
All right. Okay.
Oh, that's nice. Exciting. No? So that's open to all, Miss Imelda?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So
Where
check it
will
out.
your 13th month go? Di ba?
So
That's
Very
nice.
specific, very specific.
Very specific.
no.
I
So
like that.
yeah, kay di man mo maka-reband sa 13th month pay ninyo kay sarado
Wala na
man
yung
mga
rebound
parlor.
ron, San. Wala na yung
Not
rebound.
with your
Wala
So
mausap.
kaning 5,000 na rebound basig pwede ninyo ibutang na lang sa
Start
fund
up sa
to
family.
start up to
Yes.
start up your long-term goal. So that's that's a very good resource. Check out First Metro Asset Investment Incorporated, no?
FB
And there are
page.
plenty of their FB page. There are plenty of resources there. And we'd like to thank Miss Imelda Estrada, no, for being our guest tonight. It's
We
always a
will
pleasure
be
to be able to talk to you.
posting it. Yeah, we will be posting it as well, San, ang event nila ni Miss
Yeah,
Imelda in
the
our
links
FB page,
will be in
Money
the
and
chat.
More. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put the links in the chat below. So thank you again very much, Miss Imelda, no, for this opportunity. Always a pleasure to be able to talk to you, no, and enlightening us, no, on how mutual funds work, no. We're bottoming out. We're moving up towards recovery, so it's probably a good time right now, no, to be able to prepare, no, for that eventual recovery.
Yes. Thank you so much, Miss Imelda, no? And naay nagpahabol, no, pa-shoutout. Si Almira Eloisa Ilanan. Hi, Imelda. Very educational daw tong topic tonight. And also to Ruby Alcantara. So, would you want
Thank you for
to
watching.
greet some of your friends, Miss Imelda? Before we go?
Daghan man sila, Miss Hides.
So kasi sila
All my
ng
friends.
tanan. All right.
Thank you.
Sila tanan. All right. So once
Thank you very
again,
much.
thank you very much for tonight, Miss Imelda. And definitely we will be attending the event that you will have
We'll talk more.
on your FB page. Yes.
All right. Ayo mo. Take care. Okay, thank you very
Yes,
much.
no,
Also.
ang ganda ng topic natin tonight, no, because there are another instrument other than the existing instruments that we have. And I guess hindi siya masyadong popular yung mutual funds.
Yes.
And it's a good thing that we were able to invite Miss Imelda to talk about it.
Right. And if you have the excess funds, no, yung excess profits ninyo, and you're thinking about maximizing on the recovery that's going to happen, no, now is the best time for us to think about diversifying our investment portfolio and probably putting it in a mutual fund that fits our personality. As we said, no, if you're conservative, that's fine. There's a fund for that. If you're aggressive, there's a fund for that. Now, the important thing is that you have a goal, and then you have the different pathways for you to reach that particular goal. It's been a very exciting night.
Very important thing is you can start as low as 5,000 pesos and then add up for a minimum of 1,000 pesos only. So that's a very good start na for all of us.
Yeah, so we
those
try
who
to
are
educate. We try to educate ourselves, no. Miss Imelda gave us that advice, no, to educate ourselves so that you will know kung anong pinapasukan natin, no. Know the investments that the professional fund managers will get into, so that you will see which investment is best fit for you and your long-term goals. Right. So it's been great tonight, Heidi. Very educational. I've learned a lot. I've learned new things as well. No? So that's something. So
very informative, actually.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody in the chat. No, Mr. Christian Seville. Thank you for watching, and everybody else watching tonight. Thank you very much. Just always remember: have a goal, have a plan, and financial freedom is in your hands.